do it.
We should be live.
We appear to be.
We appear to be.
Except
Great.
for
Awesome.
Max.
Yeah, well. Don't do that on your screen. It works. On the stream screen it works. On the Zoom screen it's a little more eerie.
Who am I looking at on the Zoom screen?
Yeah.
Who's dead? Who am I looking at?
Hello everybody. Welcome to, of course, I'm the messiest of all DMs here. Welcome
Absolutely
to
not.
Trinity Continuum Anima Masks in the Mirror. We have been gone for a while, but now we're back. Just before we get into the game and introducing everybody, I would like to remind that this is a stream that does delve into a couple of things that are a little bit more kind of like searching of the self type things. We're not really there yet, but it's just a little bit of a warning. And to our fellow Onyx Pathers, I have a couple of announcements, as always. We have, let's see, there's a promotion on Dark Era's books and screens at 75% off. That's crazy.
What?
Let me just copy.
Dark Airs are good books too.
They're really nice books.
They're very big. You could kill like a man with one of those books easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's also
Kid.
crowdfunding. There's also crowdfunding that I need to. There's a command for this one, I believe. Let me double. It is Alchemicals. Alchemicals is more information for Exalted 3rd edition, which is really fun. Exalted Essence I've actually been playing with Travis on the other in another game, and it is loads of fun. You get to do some really cool sick kung fu shit as well as magic stuff. So and of course at the very end there's also a Exalted Methodology of Secrets novella that's I guess I type in Linktree to bring it up. I think that's what it says. Hopefully this command works. Yes, there's a Linktree stuff. You could probably check that out from there. Anyways, with that being said, let's introduce everybody. On my screen, it would just behoove myself to make sense to have Red start first.
Oh no. Hello everyone. I'm Red, or Faeborn Phyrexian, depending on what corner of the internet you know me from. I am a nomadic D&D and TTRPG person. You can also find me on Bell of Lost Souls, writing about board games, tabletop games, war games, and Magic the Gathering. And today I am playing Street Doctor Sam Cromwell, or Designation Wild.
Perfect. Always lovely to have you, Luna.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch, where I stream Tuesday to Saturday. You've probably seen me over on the Rolling Nomads a time or two, but today I will be playing Sophie Ryder, or Morrigan Bex.
A time or two is such an understatement, but they are great over there as well. Amazing games. Kelly, last but not least.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly. I'm the host over at Dork Tales. You can see us doing a bunch of stuff that is Onyx Path adjacent at the very furthest. But you can also see me here right now. And also, I'm going to be guest starring in Travis Legg's game. They came from the Cyclops' cave. I think I'm in tomorrow's game, actually. I got to double check that with him. But yeah, come say hi to me. I am playing a really dumb concept that you're going to like. Besides that, speaking of dumb concepts that you're gonna like, I am playing Great Value brand John Wick, Lachlan McRae, and Great Value brand Sailor Moon, Bright Nurse Riku, who are strangely the same person.
Man.
Oh my god. I just really want Sailor Wick now.
Oh God, what a
In the
concept!
name of this dog, I will punish you.
Oh my God. You know, now if I
Yeah,
ever get
I'm
into
thinking I'm back.
if we're ever playing again, either one of us will have to play that character. Um,
You can play. One of us will play John Wick. One of us will play the dog, and it's the same voice.
What if all three of us play Sailor Wick? And
oh
it's
my
just like a
God.
Spider-Man pointing
Okay,
situation.
well, or alternatively, we could have like Sailor Scouts that are like all famous, like the Expendables, but they're Sailor Scouts, like Sailor Schwarzenegger,
Oh my God.
Sailor
That's good.
Stallone.
We could also do
Oh,
different Keanu Reeves properties.
Oh, that's true. That's
John
also say.
Wick, Neo, the cop from Speed.
I call
yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
There you
Oh
go.
my God. Well, we just lost. It's over.
I know.
You got the hair for it.
You just pulled
Ew.
the gun out in the middle of the improv session right there. You're just like, I'm
I mean,
Shadow. Oh shit.
that is what Shadow would do.
That
In
is
a
what
game
Shadow
about
would do.
hedgehogs running fast, Shadow does have a gun.
That is how that works. Yes. Anyways, before we get out way off the rails a little bit more than we've had already. Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Michael.
Who are you?
I'm here. I am going to be the game runner of this game, of this overly complicated and hopefully fun game to watch and to play. And also, I stream on Twitch sometimes. AsteriskVtuber. It's fun without my meat space face. Anyways, getting into Continuum Anima, we got to change the voice and everything. Previously, and I would like to have a little bit of music with it. Previously, our characters finally met in real space. That's the first time that's ever happened, but unfortunately it is under circumstances that are less than ideal. Everybody had been chased by these agents wearing rather dark clothes, no emblems, nothing that shows them. Still can't hear the music?
I can hear. In the chat not?
Should
It takes
be.
a minute to kick in if the chat's saying it.
It might be. I mean, it's running on the mixer. Maybe it's just really soft. It's super soft. There we go. That's what I thought. Okay, so I'll raise it up just a little bit more, and then it'll be fine. But yeah, they had no emblems, no indication of where they're from, and they were carrying guns. Lachlan would know. He used one of their guns to shoot one and shot one of them and got away with it. But regardless of what's happening, and regardless of the fact that we're unfortunately missing a player, everybody is convened in the small underground section of a bookstore, of a closed bookstore that happened to be a safe house that Lachlan was able to take everybody to. So this session, we're going to start off with a couple of things. We're going to instead of immediately playing as the characters, everybody gets to have a little bit of a conspiracy board theory time, which will be fun. And if anybody wants to join in with any comments and within it, it'd be great in the chat. But I will immediately mention a few things that you guys already know, okay, as the players and as the characters. First, as the players, all of you understand that throughout all the little bits and information that you have, that technically Optek's entire board should be dead, or at least that's what it seems like, because you all saw the video in which the automated turrets turned on them and just gunned everybody down. The other thing is Lachlan saw or not saw, but saw the car of the chief financial officer, heard the voice of the chief financial officer, but besides that, you didn't actually get to see him because of the tinted windows. You only saw the guard.
Mhm.
Using the guard's signature, you were able to go through many channels and find an address, essentially. Maybe an address that's used by the person that contracted the bodyguard, but it leads to a warehouse. So much so that the warehouse, seems very much like a trap, even. At least that's according to what Lachlan thought at the time. At least somewhere that you wouldn't want to go by yourself, is what it is. Along with that, you understand that at this time, we do have a little bit of a problem in the Blackwell district. There have been closings of different types of support, social support, and the structure of the Blackwell district has been changed drastically. Recently, the 7th Street Social Services office got shut down, and Izzy, a friend of multiple people at the table, was shot. But she survived, thanks to Sam, the doc, being able to take out the bullet and everything and prevent infection and whatnot. And it's very obvious that she's still in the works with essentially trying to do something about this district, trying to help the people that are there. It's almost as if there's some sort of pseudo martial law that's going on, because you've seen security forces be almost in full force in the district. The people there have been under strict curfew, and, well, it's not necessarily a very easy thing to bypass right now. Along with that, Sam, one of your friends, one of your older friends, and people that kind of come to you all the time, specifically for their daughter's sake, Mason Phillips, had troubles. Daughter running a high fever, and, well, that kind of came to some sort of a conclusion. Daughter's still alive, in her bed, unconscious, or sleeping in some way, but something in her high fever that, when broken, discharged and fried Mason Phillips and all of his glass. With that, you did also realize that there's a reason why one of your guildmates wasn't able to continue in the game with you, because he does have a tattoo that very explicitly shows you that he is indeed Gecko, your one of your guildmates, the one that is a rogue as well as the information gatherer, the one that got you all the information on how to actually go into the new expansion and its new area. Last but not least, a very overview thing is the fact that Alexander Vargast, the creator of the game, was pronounced by all news media to be dead. With all that being said, with all those pieces of information being said, here are the avenues in which you can investigate. You have Lachlan was able to bring with him I think I allowed that. You were able to bring with you the small handheld radio. It's almost smaller than a palm size. It's basically an earpiece that you were able to get, and you didn't let that go. The budget John Wick in you thought that that potentially would be an avenue to explore. The other thing that both Sam and Sophie would have is the biometrics from the daughter and what happened with the everything with the fever and whatnot. You might be able to track something from that. Unfortunately, you don't have any other information on the people that were chasing after you. You have a couple of people that you're able to call. Each character has their own contacts that you're able to call. And lastly is the original information on the warehouse that you have, and also the game. Do not forget that it is very easy to miss, but it seems that everything that's been happening to everybody here has been tied to Terra Surge and what is happening there. You know for a fact that currently nobody else has been diving so far deep into the expansion. For lack of a better term, they were scared. Losing all of your levels except all the way down to 15 is a little bit dicey. It's a lot of time wasted. So with that, how would you all like to proceed?
Okay, so we have to figure out a number of things, or else we're gonna die. So, is it theoretically possible that we all would have shared relevant information that we could trust each other on? Is that kind of just a given?
Yeah, I'll say even without role playing the part of it, kind of like the rest of the night has been spent, kind of this particular relevant information at least.
What was the name of the guy in the car again? The CFO?
Cameron Bergen.
Bergen, that's right.
Yes. So everything that I've not explicitly mentioned that your characters may still know. For example, like I said, some people might know certain people and whatnot. Anything that I haven't mentioned is information that everybody could potentially want to share or not. But that is up to you. Only the stuff that I've mentioned is the stuff that everybody has shared.
Okay, so we need to find out if that actually is Cameron Bergen. If the board's actually alive, or if someone's like deep faking them in real time. It is not impossible. It's not even that difficult, probably. Although my AI said that it was actually his voice, that could mean a lot of things. Who hired the people that are trying to kill us is probably top of the list. What the hell is going on with Vargas? And also, who is Vex? Who is Vex? Why is Vex here? Are you in our guild?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Game Runner. I'm with the. Oh shit! I want to say one thing and I know it's wrong. Looking at my sheet. Ghost Wolves.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, I think that information, if anything, I would say, Lachlan, if you were able to give me a roll for, I would say that Sam, it's a little bit easier for Sam, but let me double check.
Carry their dice.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. That would be great. As well. Not trying to sound condescending at all, but
you know what? On this one, you own it. It's all good. I have a set of $7 dice that we're gonna break out.
I would say any your choice between cunning and intellect, and also
You guys have
into
intellect?
culture.
Ooh, cunning and culture. That's a okay. Eek. That's an old world botch. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, brand new dice out of the package.
That'll tell you. That'll show you telling everybody about the price and everything.
Yeah, you're right. That's $7.99 Canadian too. So $6.99 Canadian. That's like $1 US.
My God. If
As
that's
my
the
credit
case-
card just found out from my last vacation.
Jeez. Yeah, you wouldn't actually know until Sophie mentions anything, but with Sam at least, you could kind of tell that there could be potential Ghost Wolves affiliation simply by the way she dresses, simply by kind of like the area that she found you in, that there's potential, because most people don't wander your streets, Sam, unless they're either really desperate or part of the Ghost Wolves.
And I think she's like OpTech or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And
Probably.
didn't
You look
Sophie
like a-
mention that she
You look like
knew?
a friend.
I can't remember the name now, but the friend of mine,
Izzy.
Izzy. Yeah, Sophie mentioned that she knew Izzy. I think.
I believe I did.
Yeah.
I think that's what stopped you from trying to gut her with your freaking scalpel.
That's fair.
Yeah. Do some reverse doctoring.
Yeah.
I put the organs in. I can take them back out.
So there is that. So you now know that you have kind of like that connection between Sam and Sophie at least.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So what questions?
I think Sam's a little distrustful of Lachlan because this suit just showed up and is just like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" And he's just like, "What are you doing in my waters?"
So
I am very sussy.
yeah, I mean that is kind of how it seems. But if it makes you feel any better in character or not, you could think about it this way: is you have a safe house, and you were brought to a safe house. And if he was a suit that was meaning you harm, could have done it right in the streets too.
Mhm. No, I think Sam doesn't. He's suspicious of Lachlan and but less of like a "you're gonna kill me" and more of like just "I don't know you." And I think Sam makes a habit of knowing people.
There is something to be said that since you guys have played the game together for a while, I mean besides Sophie, there is a little bit of a kind of whiplash knowing Bright Nurse Riku, or Bright Witch Riku
Yes.
in the game as a magical girl and showing up like this in the real world.
No, it tracks.
It tracks. Like,
I mean, which, not surprising, isn't that rare, but
Sam just looks at Lachlan and is like, "I kind of thought you'd be older."
okay. All right. So, what do we do from here?
Well, what do we know? I mean, we've seen the video, but
We know Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
yeah.
Guess I'm leaning into the Keanu fully.
I like this. No, continue.
There have been a lot of crackdowns in my street. I've gotten a lot more busy, which normally would be a good thing, but not when you work where I do.
Where do you work?
where I'm needed, here in the slums. Whenever somebody gets hurt, can't afford good medical care.
How long ago did things start getting worse?
Game Runner, how long ago did things start getting worse?
I would say about 2 weeks ago or something like that, around where the quote unquote gentrification has gone closer and closer to you. This is
About a
technically
month.
the first, yeah. This is technically the first district that's like fully getting cracked down.
When the upper city decided we were an eyesore.
It's too bad. I was hoping there was some type of connection there.
Still
It feels
could be.
like, yeah, maybe. But the timeline doesn't make any sense. Maybe we're just not seeing a bigger picture.
Could be.
Vex,
Yes.
you're a suit. What do you know?
Well, I know I was able to find you all pretty easily. I know about as much as you do, unless I'm missing something, Game Runner.
Well, there was that one last thing. I'm completely. I apologize for not mentioning. That you
What?
understood that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know why I didn't say this, but you personally had one piece of information that they didn't have, but we did mention at the very end of last session was the fact that glass, if not activated by second class, the kind of like the premium second class citizen, or deactivated, so to say, all first class citizens, or lower class people at least, have a GPS tracking.
Right, that's how I was able to find them.
And this information isn't widely known. It is information that specifically only OpTech and certain people that are kind of more savvy with the tech know. And that's why you guys were pinging the entire time.
Mhm.
Someone was activating your GPS signals.
Got it. So she's kind of sitting on a countertop, kicking her feet, drinking the, what did we say it was? Like white coffee.
Yep.
Yep.
It's white.
It's white.
It's white.
And she's like, well, I know about as much as you do, but I know I found you because your GPS was pinging.
My what?
Oh yeah, yeah, all first class. They got GPS in their class.
You've got to be shitting me.
Nope.
Can you disable that? Can it be disabled?
That was going to be my next project.
Well, since we're getting here, I would totally have. This is a little bit more of an interesting one. Any choice between your mental stats
Mhm.
plus technology, because obviously.
Okay. That's a lot of dice.
However, on Lachlan and Sam's side, we're also needing a roll, and it is any of your resilience rolls, any of your resilience trees, so resolve,
Okay.
stamina, or composure, and your choice between empathy, survival, or athletics.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, I can do that.
Betray me again and you will face.
I'll eat you!
All right. No, but my dice sponsor for my channel does have edible dice, so hit me up later, guys. Do tens reroll or are they two? Or what are we doing again?
10s reroll here, yes.
Okay, I've got 3.
Perfect.
I had two. My tens exploded twice. I got 2.
Nice.
Nice.
4.
4. Okay. So,
Exploded
luckily,
out of the frame.
all of you passed and was able to eat up the difficulty. Essentially, what the role was, even though it is definitely very simple to not necessarily simple, because not many people know it, but once you do know it, it seems simple, specifically to Sophie, to turn off the GPS. It is a process in which someone is tampering with your glass while you are still conscious. So you needed some sort of constitution to be able to withstand it without either having some sort of mental or physical damage. And luckily, that happened with everybody. You already stopped pinging previously. However, this is probably better because now Optech can't even look and search for you.
There we go. All done.
I don't feel any different. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, well, now we're off the map from Optech, so that's something. Check that off the list.
Right. So you're like some type of... You're not a suit. You're some type of hacker.
I prefer Tech Witch, but yes.
Tech witch.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, thank you.
Some guys with guns tried to liberate my brains from my skull.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't good for them, but I did keep one of their radios.
Oh,
Maybe it's more useful in your hands. I will give them the radio with hopes that there's some triangulation or something.
Ooh,
Some tech talk.
I
Tech
do
talk.
want to make sure that you know that technically, before you fired, they did not fire a single bullet. But that could potentially be because you did sneak up on them quite well. But they had the guns. They did not fire a single bullet. With that, another set of tech plus your mental stats for me, please, Sophie.
While you're rolling that, Sophie, Sam will walk up to Lachlan. Did they tag you? At all?
What was that? You'll tag me if...
Did they tag you? Did you get hit?
No. Luckily not. They were good, but not that good. Plus, I
Good.
got a bulletproof vest out of it, so that was handy.
Well, useful. Well, if it happens to happen, and he just taps his satchel. So let me
Because you're
know.
a doc, right, Doc?
Sure.
What's up? Doc.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice 80s reference there.
I do have, I grew up on the classics. I watch reruns of the reruns of the reruns.
What did you get?
I only got 2 this time.
2. All right. So, with the two successes, it seems like there was a little bit of difficulty kind of breaking in. It's almost garden variety of radio. You're looking through the frequencies and stuff, and you realize immediately that they were doing this on purpose, because you could see that outside of the radio frequency, potentially there's not much connection to the net. So this was very, very cut and dry, a specific reason why they didn't do it between their glass, because it's a little bit more traceable that way. However, because you still have technically one success outside of that difficulty, you get to ask one question about it. So I would totally allow the three of you to discuss out of character what question you want to ask. But you get one question out of this radio.
Ooh. Do you have anything in mind, Sophie?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I'm open to ideas.
Okay. Hmm. Oh, what's a good question? Damn.
I guess my thought would be like, who sent them?
Who sent them?
Yeah.
That would be my thought.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Or what? Oh yeah, who sent them or what org they are?
What
Who
org?
sent them?
Yeah.
Who sent them is what we're ultimately looking for though, so that kind of bypasses it. Like I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care if Domino's delivers my pizza. I want to know who ordered it. If it's just randomly showing up at my house with a gun.
Yes.
One
So,
large
yeah.
pizza with extra bullets.
Yeah.
That sounds like Little Caesars. It's hot and it's ready, bitch.
It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Anyways.
Oh no! It's inside of the house.
It's not delivery. It's a Glock.
Yeah, another word for it. So is that gonna be your question?
Yes, who sent them?
You look through the radio frequency and you tap in and with your less hacker and more almost it almost seems supernatural the way you do this, specifically because you're looking into frequencies that most people just kind of toss by the wayside. You're looking through in between what could potentially be a connection, and you are able to link together the other devices that were riding onto this frequency. And luckily enough, there always has to be someone sitting behind the chair. So with all the devices on the frequency, you find that the computer that was also logged onto that radio frequency to monitor all of the pieces, all of the radios, is logged to a person, a name, Ruby Bennett.
Huh, anyone know a Ruby Bennett here?
Do I have anything with my underworld connections?
I wouldn't say Underworld Connections would find this person, but I would allow Lachlan to specifically roll with a society. Try any sort of mental stat twice. So stack up on one of your mental stacks, and because essentially your society path.
Okay.
And see if you can
Are
figure
we 7s or 8s?
out 7s.
3.
3 successes.
Was Ruby? Someone named Ruby came and talked to me, didn't she? I'm trying to find my notes because I'm smart and I use the same notebook for like 4 things.
Was that the case? I don't have it in my
Was it?
notes.
Okay, then it didn't happen, and I'm just imagining it. I know someone dressed in the guise of my sister showed up.
Yes, that was not dressed, but that was in the game, within the game.
Oh, that's right. So
different things.
wearing her skin, or someone who vibed her skin.
Yeah. But
I thought that her name was Ruby, but
no, that was one of the AIs. We've already established that.
oh, okay. Yes, you're absolutely right. Sorry.
Nope, you're good.
Okay. Found my notes.
I mean, there are a lot of things happening, but
There are quite a few. It's a mystery story, and yeah.
Ruby Bennett isn't necessarily a name that you've heard, but those initials have come up before in your kind of studies and your not studies, but more so your investigation around the area. You've seen these initials around Cascade and around certain mysteries, because you were sent on almost a recon mission to see whether or not Aberrant still exists here. That was one of the ideas, since you are from where you are. Always the case. So you do know that at least the initials mean something.
There's something about this. I'll pass that information along, like basically verbatim. Okay. And she, like, those initials are tied to what specifically?
Tied to it's not necessarily that they're tied to anything, but it
Mhm.
came up many times in your investigations.
Okay.
So if you're investigating kind of like potential aberrant sightings or potential things that could be aberrant related, and so that's probably what you can attribute that to. Like it's tied to something that's a little bit more superhuman.
Is mentioning that something that I would be able to share, or is that like a deep classification secret?
It's most likely a deep secret.
Okay, then instead of saying the aberrant thing, we'll just say that in some of the work he's done, that those initials have come up related to various like crimes and things like that, various international situations, but he doesn't know much more than that. He'll just downplay the aberrant part because that's probably the part that's going to get him shot in the back of the head or the front of the head, depending on how nice the boss is feeling.
Yeah. Well, you do now know not just the name, but you do have the computer signature technically. So you know where the signals kind of come from, or at least converge in that sense. And I would say that you technically have a way to contact this person if you wanted to, because of that.
Think we might be able to contact them and find out more.
Ooh. I'm sure that's gonna go well. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah. I mean, what else are we doing? Drinking white coffee and
Pretty bad.
wonder.
The coffee, it's pretty bad. She like
Yeah.
sets it down. Okay.
All right. Should I be the one to do it, or
She might be more, I don't know, intimidated. Whether that's a good
call.
thing or a bad thing.
Intimidated is, in this case, probably not a good thing. So why don't you do it? You're charming.
Thank you. Okay.
That was easy.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
will
are you
attempt
going
to contact this person.
You give if you give an information, like kind of like the computer and the information, you kind of ping it a little bit, and then you kind of pull up a video call, which is hilarious because both sides, you yourself have kind of I would say, because of what you do, you have kind of like a more of a blank silhouette to your video call, so people can't see you. They also have the same thing. So the video call thing is a moot point. But you do see two silhouettes talking to each other.
That's so funny.
As it opens up, the voice immediately just goes, "Oh, I knew you were good, but this is good. Contacting me as well."
Well, of course. You're so interesting.
You're not even going to beat around the bush, huh?
Eh.
What is this call about, then?
I just want to know what the deal is. Why we got... Yeah, why the party?
Well, I wanted to save that, at least, for when I have everybody in a safe spot, but I assume that everybody is in a safe spot?
I'll look around. I mean, yeah. Yeah, be safe.
Great. Someone was trying to kill you, and I wanted to get there first. Not to kill you as well, but... Is everybody able to hear me?
Yep.
Hi.
Perfect. You've unlocked something in the game that I don't think anybody else would ever try to unlock. At least, it was very bold of whoever created the expansion for there to even be something like this. But there are several parties at work. I assume that you understand now, since all of you are caught in between all of them.
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
I know that Optech is planning something, and I know there is something going on with what the AIs are doing in the game. And I have reason to believe that those two parties require something to be said, I guess. Require something to be shown. That's what all of this is for. It's a show of whatever is happening.
Huh. Seems like a really convoluted way to show something.
Yes, indeed, and I'm trying to figure out why as well. And I have the resources, luckily, to work with you.
Wonderful, new friend.
Now, I have a little bit of information on you, technically. And right now you only know where I'm from, at least. However you've managed to contact me. But I would like to arrange for us to meet.
I kind of glance back at everyone else and just kind of shrug. Sure.
To extend my own, I would say, genuine interests, I would say. And my earnesty. I'll let you guys choose where we meet.
1 second, and I'll mute myself. Where do I want to meet them?
Somewhere public.
Good point. Yes, yes.
You guys eating?
No.
Somewhere with food? Might be good.
And coffee. Better coffee.
Something that's actually coffee. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
I would mention that.
mhm.
I would mention that because of the timeline, it's currently like almost breaking noon, almost, because of how long you've stayed awake the entire night, the lot of you. So, what were you gonna ask? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I will unmute myself and say nearest cafe place. Wherever that is. Whatever that is.
Okay. You kind of hear a silence, and it's just going to be the lot of you.
I don't think we have any other secret friends.
Perfect. Then I'll see you there. 30 minutes enough time?
Plenty.
The line cuts.
Not even a goodbye. Always with the hanging up without saying bye.
It's very stylish.
That's true. They did it a lot in this old show I watched called Mad Men. I don't know. This is a thing, I guess. Anyway, so 30 minutes, cafe, food.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Let's go. And she'll just hop off the couch. She's pretty short. Um, but her creepers make her look there to compensate, and she just starts skipping out the door.
Perfect. With that, then, we will give a little bit of a break, and we'll be back in, 5-10 minutes? How long?
Thanks.
Okay. So, thank you all once again for stopping by. We're going to take a bit of a break, and we'll be back for more of this mystery, Masks in the Mirror. I will catch you all later. And we're back.
So excited to be back.
Man, we came back with such wonderful energy. I love the whole.
I started to wake up during the break. It was nice. Like I did for the chat. It wasn't the game. I didn't sleep last night because I'm getting older and I had a coffee after like 3 p.m. So I was up buying things for my stream on Black Friday sales. Oh yeah, I can totally get more lights.
Oh God! Now
Have they
now
already
now you're.
started?
It's not even Friday yet, and it's Black Friday. It's ridiculous.
I know they're milking it. It's like, oh yeah, Black Friday for the entire month.
They're milking us.
Oh,
The
God.
capitalism hellscape.
Anyways, going back to the game, would
Oh,
any
another
of
capitalist
you?
escape.
Yeah, another one. Would anybody want to do anything to? It's just kind of like a warning. If anybody wanted to obscure their face in any way, or did you want to like put on sunglasses or something like that, etc., etc. Because I will say that when you get to the cafe, it's about 12:30. You don't really need to know the exact time, but I remember it. But you get there, but just before you do, you have 30 minutes to get ready. Is there anything that you want to do?
Sunglasses and a baseball hat. The Marvel, like, you know what I'm talking about? The Marvel
Yep.
camouflage.
The Marvel camouflage.
That's all you need.
Yep. The Captain America, as we would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will throw my hood up
Okay.
and like bring it kind of over my face.
I'm actually going to take from my satchel bag some medical tape, like just like non-stick, non-adhesive bandages, and I'm just gonna wrap it around my face.
Okay. That's good. And the reason why I let you have that preparation, because yeah, is when you get there and ready up. And I hope that Sam didn't like bandage up his mouth too, because there will be food.
No, he kind of looks like
Abbott and
Onigumo when
Costello meet
he's
the mummy.
wounded.
Oh.
I
thought you.
it's like,
I see. Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
No, like that one dude from Rurouni Kenshin. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
but
Lord
Shishio.
Shishio.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lord Shishio. Yes, that's
You
exactly
call him
what
a
I was thinking,
lord?
actually.
You
That's what they call him.
He's a dick. Anyway,
fucking
That's
nerds.
those
I'm
two
just
things are
kidding.
usually hand in hand.
Great. Anyways.
I also put gunpowder in my gloves just so I get the full.
Yeah.
I mean that's
Full
just
shipment.
it's like Gold Bond. You put it in your shorts, your gloves, wherever's gonna chafe, really.
Yeah, perfect. Anyways, love how everybody got the reference. And when you get there, someone walks in and you notice that their hair is kind of shimmering in like rather longer hair, but you can tell that they're shimmering in different colors. And she's rather like medium built, stature wise and whatnot. Her face, however, her facial features kind of constantly change. And all of you know that there are like different augments for you to do that, like cybernetic augments and stuff. And specifically, there is I wouldn't say mask, but some people that are more to the extreme levels of augmentations have replaced their face with something that could change at any time. And this one seems to constantly shift. She kind of sits down at your table. I see you've made attempts to obscure yourselves as well.
I just like hats.
Perfect. I suppose I don't need to introduce myself, but I am Ruby Bennett. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Just wave. Hello. Good to meet you.
So, first things first, yes, I did send those goons to apprehend, to keep you safe in, well, a way that is easier for me to explain myself rather than trying to convince you right off the bat. But I see that all of you, well, none of you were caught.
Yep, didn't
You-
trip once.
Yeah. Usually, hired guns is a second date kind of affair. I prefer coffee first.
Especially you, Lachlan.
I don't like to take my work home.
Well, you kinda did, didn't you?
My work showed up at home, yeah. Coffee?
No, I'm good. I've been staying up too late. I should probably not.
They have decaf.
Oh, you know how it is. They call it decaf and they put the regular thing in there anyways. That's most places. They can't afford having two different types of coffee.
Hmm.
Anyways.
So what were you trying to protect us from?
Whatever is happening with the game revealed you to many, many people. So I assume that they have a contingent, at least in the real world as well. But outside of the boogeymen that I'm trying to describe, Optech is making moves. And I don't expect that they will let you go as easily as I would have. It's too coincidental, the whole Vargas dying thing, the new update, what's happening in the slums, all of it. You know that they're probably all linked together in some way.
I mean, yeah, that's usually how these things go.
Usually.
So what do you know concretely?
I know that another piece of the puzzle is arriving in Cascade tomorrow from the airport. Victor Quinn, who's the CEO of QTech. And out of character, you know QTech. In fact, QTech is the
They make medical swaps.
yeah, for Q-tips. Yeah, exactly. No, QTech is actually the information broker that or the company that's the information broker that you spoke to get to that warehouse address. You spoke to a very low ranking employee to kind of milk them out of that information. So they connect different financials, they connect different essentially records and whatnot, and is essentially kind of the global information network that kind of binds everything together. Coincidentally, if our other player was here as well, this was the VIP that they were going to escort around the city. But that's just for the players to know. Anyways, back to the everything. Ruby just kind of continues. And well, I don't know if any of you know exactly how CEOs work on big corporations, but they don't necessarily move a lot. There is a bigger reason beyond them touring Cascade, I would say. And yet Victor Quinn is going to be here.
Okay.
I don't know who let him, or not let, but who asked and requested him to be here. But last I remember, Q-Tech and Optech have been on friendly terms.
Huh.
Beyond knowing whether or not they're involved in all of this gentrification, well, that has to do with knowing Victor's agenda here.
And what do you see it as being, since you're the one in the know?
Potentially, looking into the future, what happens when you gentrify slums? You don't usually want to clean it up for nothing. You didn't want to clean it up for the people, for public safety. You clean it up because there is something to gain, financially. Something new to be built.
But how does that connect to the board being killed or Vargas being killed? Which one of those sides is still alive? Or are they all dead?
That's the part that I'm not very sure of either. I was able to get a very, very brief glimpse of what the video was, but I'm not too sure what it is about. I'm not too sure why the AIs left that in the code. I'm not too sure why that existed in the first place.
Sorry for being skeptical, but what do you benefit from investigating this or helping us out?
As far as I'm
The
concerned,
goodness of your heart?
As far as I'm concerned, you're helping me out. Cascade
Well, you
is
have,
my city. In the way that I'm connected to some of the technological advances, I would say. And that includes understanding Optech not as a company, but for what they bring to the table.
So where do we go now?
I had planned for us to be able to continuously delve into the mysteries of what's happening in Terra Surge. But at the same time, now that we're so close towards Victor Quinn's arrival, I had wondered whether or not any of you were able to at least find what's on the docket for him.
Weird question, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
With that, would that be something I'd be able to find? Obviously, it'd be encrypted, but find in general and like do some hacker magic to find it?
So, I will say that this is an incredibly difficult role simply because you know how encryptions work.
Right.
And you know how, very simply, certain things like this are more often than not written down instead of put in any sort of compromisable state. However, because of this and because of your nature and how you work with tech, I will allow a complication 3, difficulty 3 So that means you have to buy off 3 complications for it to get off scot-free.
Mhm.
And then plus that, you have to go 3 difficulty to be able to succeed in this roll. Now, if that means, before you roll, let me give you the implications of it. Means if you do not get 3 successes on this roll, and the complications exist, it means bad news for everybody in some way.
Kind of want it to happen.
Well, with that, I have to roll.
So.
Okay. So let's see.
So that's going to still be your mental, any sort of mental stat you want to choose as well as technology.
Okay. Let me just double check.
And then in this one, at least, in this particular sense, you could choose technology or enigmas.
Technology. For sure. All right, this is 10 dice. So, yep, no, let's not gonna take that roll. All right. So it wasn't 6, but it was 5.
Ah, okay. So you got very close. The reason why I said you were very close is, number one, you were sneaky enough, so nobody found traces of what you were doing. And number two, you found 2 things. You know that Victor is coming with an aid, so much so that you were able to hack into the I wouldn't say mobile device, but there has been a recent surge amongst a lot of the higher, more private people to have more archaic types of information and kind of like communications as well. So it's not as easy to hack. You were able to get through to that as well. So Victor is coming with an aid, number one. And number two, you found that his escorts are in city, part of IX security.
Okay. So she's gonna more, wow, words are hard. So he's gonna get real quiet and kind of pull out her phone and just kind of bring it real close to her face and start looking like she's scrolling real fast and tapping on her phone. And then she's gonna get a little frustrated at how close she got, but then just say, well, it's gonna have an assistant, which I feel like that's a given. But it's also going to be with which security company?
IX security.
IX security, if that says anything.
Technically, I'll say that it is something that I can't say specifically for sure for Max, but all of you do know that IX security is private security that's global, and there's definitely a branch here. So it's not surprising, but at the same time it does kind of give you an in that way. As Ruby just kind of looks over and just, I see you are very manual about your hacking too. It makes sense. Very, very hard to trace that way.
Mm-hmm. I'd be very good at it if you could find me.
Yeah. Well, you have information, and I'd say that it's a good place to start. You already know how to contact me. and I have ways to contact you. The only other thing that I could possibly share at this moment is the fact that your success in delving into the new expansion in Terra Surge, that seems to kick off a lot of different things. We might want to start there as well.
I was so hoping someone would say that. I've been wanting to look into this expansion so badly.
You play?
No.
Yeah, I play. Oh, sorry.
Unfortunately, that's not something I can afford time to doing so.
Aw.
Well, I was talking to our friend here, but that makes sense as well. You should give it a try sometime. You might like it.
Maybe. Although I would venture that I need something in my system that I don't before I do.
Have you tried coffee?
Yes, I have. Anyways, she kind
What do you need?
Before she gets up, she just goes, "Well, you all have glass installed, don't you?"
Ah,
Yours
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyways, contact me whenever you want to. I'll try to help however I can. And don't think you're out of danger just yet.
I never think I'm out of danger.
It's a good way to look at life. She walks out the door, and a thought, after she walks out the door, kind of immediately hits all three of you in the head. Like, almost like deer in headlights type of deal. When Sophie contacted her, she was a silhouette in a voice call through glass. She just implied that she does not have glass. There are very little things that could completely imitate that entire procedure. Or, yeah, I would say that form of
I was getting
communication.
that vibe, but I wanted to let her keep her secrets.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep your secrets.
Wow. Interesting.
This is just getting stranger and stranger, isn't it?
Yeah, seems that way.
So now what? Do we just go into the game?
I mean,
Look around there?
That's what she said we should do.
I would also say that regardless of how much coffee you guys are like downing,
I think we should get some sleep.
y'all have been awake for quite a while.
Well, that's the great thing about Sam. He's really fine
No.
because he has the late shift, so he doesn't have to sleep. I mean, he has to sleep eventually,
Yeah,
but
No,
eventually.
he'll sleep when
can
he's
go for a
dead.
while.
Yeah, and it's just a kind of like a thing that kind of pings you in the back of the mind. Whether or not any of you pay it any attention is completely up to you.
I should probably take a nap.
I was gonna say, look, you guys don't all seem like multi-day psychos like me, so maybe we should get some sleep and jump in later.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
I'll do
Medical
my best.
school
Right.
kind of shuts off that sleep problem in your brain.
Damn. Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. So let's get some sleep. And then we're gonna have to pull an all-nighter in the game. So that makes sense.
Sleep schedules be damned.
You
Kind of like me in
say-
real life. Great.
Yeah.
Kinda, right?
Say log in at 2000, 2100.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I guess so long as I don't have any, strike teams in my apartment, I could probably go back to using my equipment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hopefully.
Sophie, what's your tag so we can add you to the group?
Yeah, what do you play? What's your meta?
Oh god. Sheet.
No, tell me now.
Oh god.
Sheet.
You could see her like furiously like clicking through on her glass.
Oh,
Like, I
so
thought you were a...
you're a
I
real
thought you
fan.
were a
Name
gamer.
3 expansions. God.
God.
You will find me at Morgan Vex, and I play a mage. Soul worker.
Nice. We don't have one of those in our party right now.
Yeah. I guess witchy.
Hey.
Hmm?
I play a witch. I think we get along just fine.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
Yeah. I'm excited.
You seem really excited.
I'm excited on the inside.
I believe you.
Inside, I'm a jubilant schoolgirl.
Lovely.
Sort of. Anyway. I guess let's get some rest and then saddle up. Has anybody seen insert?
Magisterium.
Yeah,
I think
Magic Boy.
for the story's sake, he went to one of the back rooms in the safe house and just knocked out for a little bit
He
Is he
needed to
still-
rest.
because
Alright.
he knows technically he has work to do.
Interesting.
All right. Well, we should probably loop him in on this and then nappy time.
Nappy time.
You guys have fun with that.
Okay.
You have to sleep eventually, right?
I will eventually, but got something else I need to deal with first.
Good grief. All right.
Can't sleep while there's a kid with a fever in my apartment.
Oh yeah. Should look. Yeah. Let me know if you need any. I mean, I was there too. Let me know if you need help with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. I'm not really much for that.
It's all right. I only need 4 hours. I'll be okay. I got plenty of time to work on her and get some sleep.
Good at least.
Okay. With that, where is everybody going? Are you going back to the safe house? Or back to your
Yeah.
apartment?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to the safe house to sleep.
Yep. Probably the best I do.
Okay.
I am going back to Mason's apartment to check on his daughter.
Sounds good. Okay. When you get there, you head over. The door is still is no longer open, but you do see the lock kind of busted up a little bit, and the house is completely fine and whatnot. What is interesting though is Mason's body's no longer there. The kid is still sleeping, but as soon as you kind of get to the bedside, you could see her kind of eyes flickering a little bit, kind of waking up. You notice that the fever's gone. She kind of just very barely kind of wakes up a little bit and just, oh, hi Doc.
Hey, kiddo. You doing okay?
Yeah, I feel better. Where's Daddy?
He had to do some work in the upper city, but he wanted me to come and check in on you.
Again?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really pick up my calls all the time, so if he picks up yours, could you tell him to not be so late? He stays up way too late sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, listen. There's been some weird stuff happening in the city. And your dad wanted me to keep you safe. So why don't you come stay with me for a little while? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Alright. Grab a bag and I'll wait for you out here.
Okay. Sorry, real quick. I just had someone at the door. I'll be right back.
No worries.
It's a strike team. Don't do it.
Someone that's
See, he's
not
gone
Michael
now.
comes back. Yeah.
He's gone.
Someone else sits down. All right, players.
All right, players. But Travis Legg.
Now the real game begins.
Yeah, seriously.
Now you're playing with power. So, chat, what should we do? What's the mission? How do we do this? Figure this. We're too close to this. Help us figure it out.
Truly. Outside
you're-
perspective.
You are the outside perspective.
Oh
You're like,
shit!
this
I'm
is
a
game
shitty
two,
outside
right?
perspective.
What is this? Game 2 or game 3 for you?
This is
I
game
can't
2.
remember. Yeah. This is the problem with running mystery games when you're not a weekly session is real rough because all the info falls out of your players' heads.
Yep.
I had the same problem in a couple of games I've ran where I'm just like, as you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really bad. My memory's really bad as it is. So
Did you defeat them?
I freaking love it, man. This is how Asian my neighborhood is. Even the Jehovah's Witnesses are Asian. It's hilarious. I didn't even know that
Wow.
happens. But yeah. Anyways, where were we? Holy. Yeah. She picks up a bag, a small little bag, and starts putting some things away. And it's almost, she kind of like has a notebook. She puts a book in her little bag, and then she kind of also just puts a small little stuffed animal inside the bag as well. She looks over and then she takes a pencil case as well. She goes, I should probably finish my homework too.
Yeah.
Did Daddy say how long he's gonna be? Will he join us at your place?
He said it might be a little while.
I figured. I'm ready.
Okay. Come on, kiddo. And I'll get the kid back to my apartment. Get them set up on the bed, and then I'll just like set up a little like floor cot and go to sleep.
Okay. What a perfect time for the music. I love that. The
Yeah.
music ended in the perfect time. Anyways, with that being said, going back to everybody after all the naps and stuff. Since we don't necessarily have too much time to get into the game for the day, I had to double check suddenly whether or not we had the right scene. But since we don't have the time to get into the game today, we will just do a little bit more of a logistics check on everybody on their XP and everything, kind of the after session stuff. So, real quick, how did everybody do in their aspirations?
Actually, not bad.
Same.
Yeah, also same.
Find out who hired the killers. Check.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Vex? Check.
Hehe.
So that's 2 for me.
Perfect. And then
Sophie, go ahead.
I got become friends with the other members of the blue party. And crack the GPS were the 2 that I would say that I did. Then get back into the game, but we didn't quite get to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll count that as well.
Oh, sweet.
Because we'll start with getting into the game and stuff. So, and then last but not least,
So I helped someone who needed me.
mm-hmm.
Did I? Because I didn't do it, but I was part of it. Did I fix the girl? Is she okay now?
She is.
Okay, then I got that too.
No, she is okay. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's well, and also she's with me now.
Yeah, exactly. So she's safe.
Mhm.
Is another part of it. So she's not in her apartment alone. But you kind of the way she kind of responded very, very simply, you kind of have a feeling that she's at her apartment alone a lot.
Yeah, I got that vibe.
So,
But not anymore. Not when there's people with guns about.
exactly. Okay. Well, along with that, since everybody has met their aspirations, the entire party gets another XP as well.
Yeah.
And then also for the session, you get an XP. And this one's personal for me because we don't usually do this all the time anyways. But you technically have made it to a specific point in the story that I would give technically a new plot point XP.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you got one more to stick on to that. And remember, you could spend your XP whenever you want, at whatever juncture you want, and whatever changes you've made to your character sheet is effective immediately when you change them. But the only times that I would say you can't spend them is in the middle of a session. So you can't be like, oh well, I mean, I actually have 5 points in fucking. You can't do that. Besides that, everything else, every other time.
I know Kung Fu. Suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Suddenly. I'm just gonna put
Suddenly.
another point in close combat while I am in a close combat.
I just had a breakthrough, okay?
Yeah.
I gotta find the XP chart now.
We're doing some cyberpunk neo-noir shit. We're not doing anime. Let's be real. No hidden potential stuff here.
But the power of friendship. The power of friendship.
Leave that to inside the game. All right. With that being said, just a real quick run back on all of the introductions and whatnot, starting from the opposite order. Kelly, would you go ahead and
I would love to. Hey, everybody. I have been playing Lachlan McRae, also known as Bright Witch, not Bright Nurse, Riku. I'm Kelly. I'm the host over at Dork Tales. You can find us over there like all the freaking time, except this week when we had a bomb cyclone go off in the Pacific Northwest and a couple of us lost power because the power grid in Canada is shaky sometimes, especially when you're on an island. You can catch us next time. I'll be here tomorrow, probably in the early morning, with Travis Legg on his They Came from the Cyclops' Cave stream. Or you can check out my own channel, where I'm streaming Vecna Eve of Ruin tomorrow night, and then got a brand new game starting on Sunday, a Wild West style D&D game with tons of house rules that make it more my game than 5e. So join us. It's at noon.
Yeah.
It's at high noon.
Oh my god, I love it. I'm sorry, did you say bomb cyclone?
That's what it's called. Like, that's like, I didn't make this up. It's actually apparently the meteorological term. It's we were having like 100-kilometer-an-hour winds and things like that. One of my players was knocked off power for almost 24 hours down
Jeez.
in Seattle.
Holy crap. I mean,
Yeah, it was wild.
I didn't know meteorologists were also surfers.
Yep.
But
It was a bomb cyclone, man. Yeah,
What?
climate change isn't real, but we've got now things called bomb cyclones. Like,
yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, man. Anyways, Luna?
Hello. Hi, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the social medias, including on Twitch. You've probably seen me over on the Rolling Nomads, and if you like what you saw here and you like me, then you should check out what we got going on. We got Last Sabbath tomorrow at 6 MST, and then we got Of Bane and Blood, our Werewolf the Apocalypse story every Monday, also 6 MST. And yeah, today I've been Sophie Ryder, and I'm very excited to be Morgan Vex next time.
Perfect. Oh my god, Of Bane and Blood is so good. I'm just insane. I just random, shout out. It's a great game. Anyways, last but not least, Red.
Hello, I'm Red, or Fade1Phyrexian, like I said, depending on what corner of the internet you find me on. You can find me on Wednesday nights, but not for the next 2 weeks. But you can find me on Wednesday nights over at Lawful Stupid, where I do a Resident Evil themed horror campaign, Biting Malevolence. And yeah, I've been Dr. Sam Cromwell. Next week, I'll be Designation Wild.
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I would like to point out that for his Wednesday game, his Zoom name is Dreadmaster as a DM, not Dungeon Master. And I 100% agree. The game is terrifying sometimes, but
love
it
that.
is super fun. And last but not least, well, yeah. I've been
Hey,
Michael.
don't you start that. Be nice to my friends.
Knock it off.
I've been Michael. I have a lot of really nice friends, and I appreciate them. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I'm the mad scientist of creating really convoluted plots that actually tie well together. I'll say it. It'll make sense eventually. I also stream as AsteriskVtuber on Twitch, where I just do whatever the fuck I want all the time, and it's fun. And music, voice acting, writing, you know the deal. But this has been Trinity Continuum Anima Masks in the Mirror, episode 5, and we will see you very soon in 2 weeks' time with the full party. And we'll dive right into Terra Surge as soon as we start. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.